Hello, Prep 4. Welcome to our first assembly. I hope you're all well. I hope you've had a lovely Easter holiday, staying indoors, of course, but doing lots of lovely things with your family, and hopefully you've been able to get out and about for a daily walk or some exercise. So today's assembly is not like our normal assembly at school. I'm going to be explaining how we're going to be moving forwards with our learning with the Google Classroom. Now, I'm sure your mums and dads have already mentioned to you about Google Classroom, as they should have had some emails with some of the information, but I am going to go through in detail a little bit more about our own Prep 4 one. Now, you'll have to excuse me as I sometimes might be looking back and forth at my notes, as I've got lots of things that I need to try and make sure I say, and you know I'm very forgetful, so I need things written down. So one of the things I wanted to mention first is I know that lots of you have been working really hard over the last few weeks, especially in that last week of school before we officially broke up for Easter with all of your home learning. If there is anything you're particularly proud of and you'd like me to see, I of course would love to see anything. Please ask mums and dads to take a video or a photograph of any particular pieces of work and email it to me, and I would love to see all the hard work you've been up to. So, to start off with the admin for our Google Classroom, this, as you can see, is our new format for assemblies, and I will be doing an assembly like this. I will be recording myself every week, and that will be available for you to download every Monday morning. Each assembly will have a theme. Today's theme is going through Google Classroom and all of the information you need. So assemblies every Monday will be available. So the online classrooms have been available to you guys for a few days now. I'm sure some of you have managed to have a look through and find your way with certain things. Some of you might not have done that yet. That's absolutely fine. What I do suggest is when you've got a bit of time over the next few days is to log on and just familiarise yourself with the setup and the layout for the Google Classroom. So when it comes to trying to find particular lessons on Monday, you will know exactly where you need to look, rather than spending some of that precious learning time trying to find your way around. So first things to say is, I know this is all new for you. It's all new for me as well. It's all new for your mums and dads too. So we're all going to make our way through this new platform of learning together. But just so you know, I'm still here. I'm still your teacher. Just I'm in my house. I'll sometimes be at school like you will be in your homes. And if you have any questions, or if you're feeling unsure about anything at all, send me a message, ask mums and dads to pop me an email, and I will try and get back to you as quickly as I possibly can and answer any questions you have. So, the Google Classroom. When you pop up the homepage and you've logged in and the school have sent you all your details, you will see that there are 4 tabs on the top of that homepage. Now, they start with Stream, Classwork, and then I think it's People and Grades. Now, it's the Stream and the Classwork tabs that are going to be the most important ones for you guys. The Stream is just the homepage for the classroom. Anytime I upload anything onto there, that will come up onto the Stream. You can comment on any of the things I've uploaded if you have any questions. The Classwork tab, which is the second one along, is the main one, the most important one. That is where all of our work, all of the work that I've set, you will be able to find. So once you've clicked on that Classwork tab, you will then come onto a new page, and along the left-hand side of that page is what we call topics, and you can think of those as folders if you like. Now, the topics is how I have divided either work or information, so it's easier, hopefully, for you guys to find. Now, I'm going to go through each of these topics now, so you know where to find what. The most important topic, and the first one I'd like you to look at, is the Prep 4 information topic. Now in here, you will find the curriculum map, which is just the next couple of weeks, so you know what to expect with your learning. A video for mums and dads to actually look at. So if you could point your mums and dads in the direction of that video, because it's all to do with how they can support you with your home learning. And then finally, the timetable. I will upload a new timetable every single week into the information topic. And the timetable gives you an idea of what lessons are going to be set each week and which days they are going to be set for. Now, the most important thing that you need to know is that there's no expectations as such from me. I know that all of you have so much going on, and some of you are going to find it really difficult to do all of this learning. That's absolutely fine. What I'm putting onto our Google Classroom for you guys to access is completely up to you and your mums and dads. You might pick and choose the bits that you want to do. You might really, really enjoy and want to get back into the routine of doing every single lesson. That's great. There's no expectation. Again, if you've got any questions, send them my way. I'm always here to help. There is like I was going to say, this timetable is going to be the most important thing for you to look at. There's a little bit of writing on the bottom of that timetable for mums and dads to have a look at as well. So if you could send that in the direction of mums and dads, that would be great. So going back to the topics, we've gone through the Prep 4 information topic, and you will then see underneath that we have week 1 and then each day for week 1. Now, I have divided the lessons into each day. So there should be 3 or 4 lessons per day. There will be maths and English each day, and then there will be an afternoon lesson, very similar to how we would do this at school. Now, some of the lessons are exactly the same that I would be teaching if we were at school. Some of them I have had to adapt slightly so that you are able to have access to them at home. Maths and English are going to have the same layout, same setup, and that is across the board at Notre Dame for English and Maths for Key Stage 2. And that's using what we call the Hamilton lesson plans. So you will see when you look at the Maths and the English, they look like they have the same format. Now, once you've clicked into these topics and then you've chosen a particular lesson, you will see that I've written out in a box what you need to do for each lesson. Now, alongside those notes are also attachments, are all the things you need for that lesson. It might be a PDF document, it might be a YouTube clip. Some of them I've done some talking on. I'm still practicing with that. I will try and get better. Some of them might have a PowerPoint presentation that you can, like we would at school, but you can upload onto your computer and then you can follow through the slides. I've also written out for each lesson the expectations in terms of marking. Now, mostly these are going to be either take a photo of the work you've done or a video. It might be you've done, particularly with some English, some typing, you might be able to submit a Word document, but it will be all written within that particular lesson. Again, with the learning and the lessons, like I've mentioned, there's no expectation for you guys to send me anything. I would love, of course, to see anything you've done, but if it's becoming quite time consuming or you're finding it quite tricky, there's no expectation. But if you would like to send things to me, I will then be able to respond back to what you have done. Okay, so moving on to the other topic folders. There is a folder called Extra Fun Stuff, and I have, just for the moment, put some bits and bobs in there, which are not necessarily to do with particular lessons that we have been learning about, but just some extra things that I thought that you guys might find interesting or exciting. If at the weekend you wanted something else to do, go into that folder and have a look. One thing I did want to mention is within the folder Extra Fun Stuff, we have the opportunity to do a Notre Dame Prep School online choir. Now, All of the information to do with this is in the music material, and the song is called One Love, One People. If you are interested in joining the Notre Dame online choir, then I suggest you head there. All information about that is on that particular material. If you've got any other questions, fire them my way and I will be able to answer them. It would be really cool if we could have some Prep 4 members of the online choir though. Final topic is called Book Corner. Now, I will be recording, or I have recorded myself reading reading a class book. And we're going to start, our class book would be the same one that we would be reading if we were at school. And that's Friend or Foe by Michael Morpurgo. Now, I will be uploading 1 or 2 chapters of the book per week. So you can either listen along, if you've got a copy of the book at home, you can follow along too. And I will change the class book once I've finished this one. So that's the final topic. Now, obviously, this goes alongside, if you've read the curriculum map, you will see that our topic for this half term is World War II. So this book is related to that topic, which brings us along quite nicely to this half term's project. Now, some of you who have older brothers or sisters might remember them having a go at this when they were in Prep 4. But for this half term, I'm setting a World War II project, very similar to the type of projects you may have had a go at with the home learning for the climate change. But this is all to do with World War II. Now, this is ongoing for you to have a go at throughout this half term, throughout these few weeks. And you will be able to find all of the details on this project in the classwork tab on Google Classroom. It gives you loads of ideas, but it's basically an opportunity for you to choose something within the topic of World War II, which interests you, and then to display it in a way that interests you as well. Loads and loads of ideas within the Word document that you'll be able to find in the tab. At the end of last half term, you will, if you were in the classroom with me, you will remember we did Happy News. And that was every day on the door, I stuck up some Happy News for the class, and actually for the rest of the school to enjoy. Loads of children used to read the Happy News as they walked past. So if you have any Happy News, I would like you to tell me, as for every assembly ongoing, I'm going to do a Happy News segment and hopefully be able to fill that with all of your Happy News, be it something really small or quite significant Happy News as well. So if you've got any, please send it my way and I will add it to the list. And the last exciting piece of information for this assembly is we are going to have a weekly class Zoom gathering. Mums and dads will have been told about this. They might have told you. But our Prep 4 Zoom meetup is going to take place at 9 a.m. every single Friday. So I will set up this Zoom meetup. And if you don't know what Zoom is, it's very similar to Skype, to FaceTime, to House Party, those sorts of apps, if you've been using those at all to talk to anybody during this time. But Zoom's brilliant because you can have lots and lots of people. So we are going to be able to have the whole class, hopefully, on Zoom. And you'll be able to see your friends. We will all be able to have a chat together as Prep 4. I will set up this Zoom meetup and I will send you a link in your email addresses for the Google Classroom. So when it gets to Friday, just before 9 o'clock, you just need to click that link and follow the instructions, and that will take you through to the Zoom page where hopefully you'll see me and lots of your friends as well on the screen. Now, for this first Zoom Prep 4 meetup, I thought it would be good for us to have a circle time like we would after any other holiday with Pumbaa when we pass along Pumbaa. Now, obviously, I won't be able to throw Pumbaa to each of you, but we can imagine. So what I'd like you to do is think of something that you would like to share with the rest of the class. So it could be something that you've made over the last few weeks. It could be something you've done. It could be some news. But one thing for when it's your turn to speak and to share, if you'd like to, if you don't want to, you've got something to say. And that will be the basis for our Zoom for this week. So that's Friday, the 24th of April at 9 a.m. And all details for that will be sent to you via email. I'm quite excited about that. Can't wait to see you all. So that's it. Really well done if you've stuck this far with me. So much information to take on, I know. But it's all quite exciting, this Google Classroom. I hope you're really excited about it too. Thank you for listening. And it's really lovely to see you all smiling. If you've got any questions or anything you want to tell me, just send a message my way, and that could include anything with the Google Classroom. And I look forward to seeing you Friday the 24th at 9 o'clock. Take care.